Hello. Okay, it works.
I have the honor of introducing Henry Imber. I remember the very first time I met Henry Imber when he pulled up at Champions Trace in 6th grade during COVID when we weren't at school, but we still had soccer practice. And that was just an adventure of a team. We had the best time, and I really hung out with Henry, and it was fun. Then Henry did archery, and I got to hang out with Henry more. And so when I finally got him in advisory, I already knew Henry really well and really liked him. We have a lot of similar interests. I love Lego, and Henry loves Lego. We both like archery. We're both kind of silly and goofy. And I've had the best time with Henry for 3 years. I'm really going to be sad when he goes to upper school and I don't get to mess with him every single day. So he's just been fantastic, and I think he's growing into who he's going to be. And he gets stronger every day in his self-confidence and who he wants to become. And he's going to be a great adult. So good luck, buddy. Proud of him.
I may not have gone where I intended to go, but I think I have ended up where I needed to be. Douglas Adams. That is my philosophy. I believe that of the many places I go, I may not intend to go, but when I get there, I realize it is the best place to go. Almost everything I do is fueled by this, whether it is coming to collegiate or going to camp. I always know that it is the best place for me. Physical. When I came to collegiate, I came here for academics and maybe to do soccer or something. When I came to collegiate in the height of the pandemic, and funnily enough, my favorite sport wasn't offered because of COVID restrictions. I also never thought about it that year, so in the fall of 7th grade, I was fairly surprised when swimming was on the winter roster for winter sports. I have swum for most of my life, and I never really tried to swim competitively. That year, I thought the same until I took a second to think about it and realized it could be a good opportunity to exercise and a good way to spend time. I had never swam on a team with such cohesion. Never in a million years would I think that I would be swimming competitively in school. I swam for a couple of years before on my old school swim team, but we never swam competitively. I swam as hard as I could to get better spots on the team, and by the end of the season, I was thrilled and very happy with my accomplishments. But I wasn't reaching my full potential. Before the winter break, Mr. Nieto asked me to join the varsity swim team. I gratefully accepted, and by the beginning of the new year, I was swimming every day. I remember my first practice like it was yesterday. I was unlucky enough to have to do the 2100 practice, which was one of the hardest practices you can do on the team. Even though it was a very difficult practice, and even if I wasn't able to finish it, I was super happy that I was just there. By the end of the season, regionals rolled around. I was ready, yet I wasn't able to qualify for championships, but this worked out because my family had planned a trip that they had not foreseen me going to championships. I swam non-competitively over the summer, but by the beginning of 8th grade year, I was ready to get back on the team. In the fall, I had some hiccups, but by the beginning of swimming, I was excited and doing practice. And before I knew it, the middle school season was over, and that's where we are now. I love being on the team, and it gives me a lot of pride that I've made it onto this team. I talk to them, and it has made the experience much more enjoyable, and during the long meets, it would be more boring. I can talk to my teammates and pass the time. Academic. In my first year of collegiate, I wasn't the best at math, but I knew some basics. But in the middle of the year, we were on negatives. I don't know why I can figure it out, but in my head, I just couldn't wrap around it. Even with the help from the teacher and my family, I couldn't do it. Even after the unit was over, so along with the new unit, I was still figuring out negatives. I worked as hard as I could on the negatives, using old notes and activities to learn what I now see as trivial. Before the end of the next unit, I finally learned it. It took too long for me, and I have no idea how it happened, but I somehow learned negatives one day. I believe that this is my biggest academic growth, as I went from having no idea how to subtract with negatives to who I am now. Even though I'm still not very good at math, I can still do many things that I never thought I would be able to. Now I'm able to do algebra at a moderately high level. If I stayed at Holy Spirit, I don't think I would have been able to solve the problem as fast as I did here, as I didn't have such great staff and friends to help me with this problem. I never really liked math. I wasn't too good, and I never had a good time with it. Yet when I came to collegiate, my teachers really helped me achieve what I thought I could, what I thought I could. My experience really fossilized my perspective on math. I currently believe that the teacher is the class. With Ms. Tartani, there's a good class environment, and it's very easy to learn. Math has become easier over the years and is more enjoyable. As a separate perspective, Mr. Beasley's class has different ideals. The class is hard, and sometimes hard to keep up, yet he will give you time to rest. I enjoy this philosophy. No matter what he does in class, it may be boring. The teacher brings life to the class. And with math, it's no different. Learning and being in this environment is very easy, and it makes it easy to learn. I'm still not the best at math, but I'm still learning and getting better every day. Social. In the summer going into 8th grade, I found that I was bored out of my mind. Everything I did was mostly routine, and it's the same as the previous day. But I was waiting for something special, an amazing 2-week summer camp. I was really worried, though, because I had no idea who would be there. I was starting to dread the idea of going in the days leading up, because I was going to be in Colorado and many band trips with about 20 people I had never met. I didn't know if they would show my hobbies and things I liked, or if we would become friends. But on the first day of camp, I knew that being with these people would be amazing for the next 2 weeks. And after 4 days of talking with the people and getting to know them, we split up into 4 groups for a 4-day backpacking trip. It was with about 11 other people and 2 counselors. It was 4 days of just talking and doing activities with each other. On the 3rd day of the backpacking trip, I remember vividly as we went on the day hike without our giant backpacks. The entirety of this was spent making jokes and having a good time. It really helped me connect and enjoy with being them. It may have been a bit goofy when we did some of the activities, but it was great because we were just friends doing it together. Eventually, we grouped back up with the other campers and set off for a new area. On the second to last day, we split back into our groups and to do a group cooking contest. 1 group per night, and we had it set. We made hard-shell taco night with homemade ice cream. It may have taken all day to prepare, but it was worth it, as our group ate like kings. And on the last day, we hugged our goodbyes and set off to our respective planes to head home. Self. When I was in 5th grade at Holy Spirit, I realized that I would be happier at a new school. I knew that I would be leaving behind all my current friends and all the things I had done, but I knew it was necessary. So in the summer leading into 6th grade, I transferred to collegiate with high hopes. I had looked at collegiate and seen the many programs that I enjoyed, such as the art department and block scheduling. Ever since I came to collegiate, I haven't regretted it one bit. Everything is so much better than I can imagine. I have many friends and gotten so much smarter than I thought I could be. The things I've accomplished in my years in middle school are amazing. This couldn't be done without the great people that work here and the friends I've made here. I remember the day I shadowed collegiate, everything about it was new to me. Classes were much more engaging and the breaks were a nice refresher between classes. Everything I saw made me realize I needed to come here. Collegiate's amenities have provided a great and comfortable environment to learn. The teachers here are much nicer here than they were at Holy Spirit, and everything is a substantial upgrade in my eyes. I am very thankful for my time here. My experience in middle school may have been difficult at times, but it forwarded my learning and experience in life. Collegiate has changed me for the better, and I wouldn't be who I am today without this amazing experience. Dedications. Mr. Beasley. Before even coming to collegiate, Mr. Beasley was the first person I met from collegiate. Through my years at collegiate, I have always done a sport with him, whether it be archery or soccer. He's my favorite teacher overall. We've talked about everything, especially since I was put in his advisory. His class is a very enjoyable and very fun environment. He may yell almost every class and can be greatly annoying at times, yet he's still the best teacher I've ever had. My family. My family has helped me through life more than I could ever fathom. Almost no matter what I decided to do, they back me up on it. Although we may get into fights from time to time, I still love them and wouldn't be here without them. They fully supported my coming to collegiate and funded me in this area of life and all others. I'm very thankful for all they do for me. Mr. Haas is a man of many things, but he's also one of the best teachers I've ever had. He takes what would be a boring subject and turns it into a very engaging class. He's also there if I just want to talk. Without him, history would just be another subject, but he livens up the class with activities and videos. He's a great person who makes my time in collegiate just a bit more special. I'm very thankful for him. I may not have gone where I intended to go, but I think I've ended up where I needed to be. Douglas Adams. Without this perspective, I may not have come to collegiate, made friends here, and meet these great people. Collegiate may not have been a place where I thought I'd go, but it is the best place I could have ended up. I could have gone to Holy Trinity, but that may not have been right. I needed to come here to forward myself in all studies that middle school offers, and I'm so glad that I did. Thank you for listening to my speech.